The May 2019 New Zealand Trucking Magazine main test is an MAN 26640 6x4 heavy haul spec tractor unit owned and operated by Waiotahi Contractors of Whakatane here in the Eastern Bay of Plenty. It is just before 6 a.m. at the Valley Road Yard in Whakatane, and we agreed with a bright g'day from Rex Stevens, the full-time operator of the mighty MAN. Rex swings into action and goes through the morning preparations, checking the rig from top to toe in readiness for its day's action. Another friendly greeting from Phil Putawai, pilot to Rex in the low-loader combination, and it's time to get this show on the road. To our first pickup, a Doosan 34-tonner from the company's Waiotahi quarry in Awakiri, and deliver it to their Blue Rock quarry approximately 30 kilometres up the road. With the company's 100 plus machines of various shapes, sizes and weights, all needing to be placed on site ready for work in an efficient manner, it was apparent that the replacement of the ageing Western Star tractor unit was imminent. The management's preference for European technology instigated a conversation with Penske Commercial to see what options were hiding in the MAN stables from Germany, and behold the answer, a TGX 26640 6x4 BLS. The spec sheet says it all. This MAN is definitely not your run-of-the-mill unit running on bitumen-based highway operations, but instead a customer-ordered, purpose-built, heavy-haul tractor with an impressive factory-engineered 120-tonne GCM. The approach here is not your standard heavy-haul tractor unit, looking like a bold and brash, muscle-bound gym junkie. This rig is more akin to your tailored Versace-wearing bodyguard, who oozes style, however when called to arms reveals the credentials required to get the job done, without even raising a sweat on the brow. Knowing straight up whether you're in a truck that's a try hard or a play hard is quite often down to the sound. Once the paperwork is complete and we're settled in, Rex twists the gear knob of the Tipmatic around to drive, injects some unburned fuel into the cylinders with his right foot, and as the MAN heads out onto Valley Road, the cab fills with a deep rich note from below the floorboards. One of the best we've encountered in a long time, and it doesn't go away. Our eyes lit up. "It sounds like a train, eh?" said Rex. "Yeah, it sure does," we agree. That's an engine note that means business, and one you'd never get tired of listening to, that's for sure. If you want to shift heavy machinery and equipment around quietly and efficiently, then MAN's top offering may be hard to head off. As an OEM, they have a long history of behemoth trucks able to shift behemoth loads. Under the floorboards of this unit is the Euro 6 15.2 litre D3876 LF09 6-cylinder engine, poking up 478 kilowatts, 640 horsepower and 3,000 newton metres of torque. It's an electronic high-pressure common rail injection system with 2-stage turbocharging, 2-stage EGR cooling and top-down cooling, said to be effective in thermal stress reduction and energy conservation. Being Euro 6, there's SCR also. Like all engines in this category, its output figures would have once seemed ludicrous. Peak torque is flat from 900 RPM all the way through to 1400 RPM, at which point the engine is making 440 kilowatts, 590 horsepower, and at peak power, 1800 RPM, torque is still at 2500 newton metres. Behind the big furnace is MAN's Tipmatic 1230 OD heavy-duty 12-speed ANT transmission for applications in the 70 to 120 tonne GCM range. Hardware-wise, it's a ZF Traxxon, and application software-wise, it's MAN Tipmatic, meaning ZF make the bits and MAN breathe the life into it. With the retarder on the back, it's a lovely piece of kit, and not only increases the ease of Rex's days exponentially, but once again, it also belies the fact that you're roaring around half the time in a unit that's at the mid 60 tonne bracket. As you'd expect in a top-end offering from a European manufacturer, the interior of the mighty MAN is spacious, well appointed and finished with quality materials. A classy office with both the driver and passenger sitting on leather-clad air ride seats with full adjustment. The driver is faced with a well laid out dash cluster that has 6 clear gauges in 2 groups of 3, separated by vehicle metrics. This is a cockpit that, although is now bestowed with all the mandatory modern driving aid systems, still looks and feels like a real truck. Privately owned Waiotahi Contractors has its roots firmly placed in the Eastern Bay of Plenty. Right from its early beginnings through family necessity back in 1957, built by men with big hearts and colossal work ethic. And like the next generation of family owners, the new MAN 26640 in heavy haul trim is discovering that if you're made of the right stuff, then the big shoes that need filling fit just fine. So there it is, an MAN that at face value is a standard looking highway spec TGX tracked unit. However, discreetly hidden beneath the floorboards is a specification that gives it a level of pedigree that puts it up there with the big dogs. It is reasonably new ground for the marque here in New Zealand. However, early feedback from the team here at Waiotahi is looking very promising. To get more information on this big German heavyweight working hard here in the Eastern Bay of Plenty, then read the full story in the May 2019 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine, on sale now. Have a fantastic month out there and travel safe.